We are live from the HETMA booth. What an amazing, amazing show this is and has been. We are starting our closing happy hour. 3 hours left of the show. It has been a long week, but it has been an amazing week. And this is the best of ISE episode that we do every year, except we're doing it live. All right, so I'm going to bring some guests on to talk about the best of ISE and what we saw. So we started it with BC. We're going to end it with BC. Mr. BC Hatchet, will you come join the show? He doesn't hear me. BC Hatchet, please come and have a seat here. We're going to talk about the best of ISE, the things that meant something to you, and your takeaways and all of that. So let's see. I'm going to unmute you here. All right. Get in here. We did learn this week that BC does not know how to speak into a microphone.
Is it like this?
Oh, you sound good. I don't.
It's that day 4 voice.
Oh, we're down to, so wait, so now we're down so Tim Van Wart left. Well, no,
Tim.
He left us, but we do have Ray.
What's going on, Ray?
Ray, how's it going?
The thing with him, though, he'll probably jump back on once he gets in a car.
Yeah, I know, because if you're watching in North America, it's like, well, it's 4 a.m. at back home.
Yeah.
All right, so best, I want your initial takeaway, because you've now been here 3 times, 4 times?
3 times.
3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Takeaway from just top level takeaway.
I love it. I love the fact that we have a booth. I remember when I was first coming up in AV and I heard about ISE, I was like, ooh, that would be a fun thing to do. But I knew if I went into my boss and said, hey, can I go to Europe to a trade show? He would probably just fire me. But now going from year 1, where we were kind of an attendee, to now having a legit booth at ISE, it's something that I never even thought of. So
legit booth.
A legit booth.
And how many people come by it? Have we set our reputation again?
We have. I mean, it's just I think that was the thing that kind of struck me funny was yesterday somebody came out and said, you all are just going on about good times, like in a foreign accent.
So someone from Louis Vuitton came.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I just stopped here because you guys look like you're fun.
Yes,
you're fun. I don't even know what this is. And
that's what they tell us in Orlando and Vegas. You all just like you're the fun booth. I'm like, yes, that's what we sell is fun and community.
We sell fun, we sell community. Let's talk about a few of the key things.
Okay.
Let's talk. Crestron has been awesome this year. We were able to swing by, talk about what they're doing, and kind of your impression as we went by there.
Fantastic booth as always. I mean, Crestron always brings it at every trade show possible. I like the way that they've got theirs designed this year, where it's kind of set up in community. It's not like a big wall of equipment and you just got to take your best guess at what's what. It is really thoughtfully segmented out and laid out to where, if you're trying to look at a specific application or look at a specific topic, you've got that capability without having to be crushed in with everybody else looking at stuff.
Absolutely. And what I noticed this year, it was kind of interesting. My best of thing with them was how they were doing catered tours for people. And it's not come stop by, do the booth tour, but it was like, are you in education? Great. Here, we have the classroom set up for you.
Yeah, it was,
by the way, you have conference rooms. Here's it set up for you.
It was a curated experience. Like you didn't have to see all the stuff that had no applicability. Plus, it saves you time. I mean, how many booths do we have at this show? Like hundreds? There's no way to see them all. Thousands. Okay.
But you know what? There's only one important one, and that's at 2W400.
It's the best one here.
I know, because the AV world comes here. How about Panasonic?
Panasonic always, they always have fantastic stuff with the show. I don't think this year I saw a new short throw that they've got coming out. We were seeing more and more short throws because it's a little bit of a cheat code when we're dealing with architects and lighting designers, because they always want to hang those lovely lights right in front of our projectors. So now we can sneak them a little bit closer and eliminate that as a problem.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a reason that it was, I think it got best of show, right? Yes. I mean, you don't just do that for, no reason.
No, you thoughtfully design and bring it.
Yeah. And they had a great party. The Panasonic party
so much fun.
Never
disappoints.
Never disappoints.
Beautiful venue. And that's the fun thing about ISE too is, when we have the ones over in North America, it's, you're going to this restaurant or this bar or this event venue. Everything here is in an historic place. Like one we went to was a castle. I mean, it's just like never think about going to an event at a castle like that. So.
I know. So, and it was, and they had it at the ship, the butt boat. So, and if you come to ISE, everybody, you will have to go to the museum.
Maritime Museum. Yep. See the butt boat.
Yeah. Can we change their name of the Maritime Museum to just the butt boat?
The butt boat. They should. I mean, it's an ISE rite of passage. You've got to go see the butt boat.
It is indeed. It is indeed.
Oh no, this is gonna hurt.
Troy just got out the cowbell. I don't know if the mics are killing the cowbell, but he's got the cowbell on. Oh boy, there we go.
What do you think? Are you glad he brought the cowbell as opposed to the T-shirt cannon, or would you rather have the T-shirt?
You do know that we got a request for the T-shirt cannon? We did. Someone actually came by and asked if the T-shirt cannon was here, and I admitted that I'm the one that said let's not do that. But we do have a back wall that he could have
bounced them right off of. It would have been so much fun.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
Shenanigans are afoot.
I know. 2 doors down from us is Inogeni.
Yes.
Inogeni came strong this year.
They had a fantastic.
How about
booth.
what about that USB box thingy?
It's like a little all-in-wonder box. Like the
all-in-wonder box.
They just get smaller and smaller and do more and more. It's probably my favorite thing that I've seen so far this week, to be honest.
Yeah, and they donated one for our happy hour.
Yeah.
And so we're going to give it away, a free one, $700.
I know.
And if you're here, you don't even have to be present to win. But no, Inogeni. Yeah, so I mean, Inogeni, because they've been here, they come by. He was like working the crowd at yesterday's happy hour.
He was. It was fantastic.
They loved it, it's an incredible product. And we had people come and go, "Wait, you do what? This thing does what?" Yeah. And yeah, there's a free one being given away.
Yeah,
you got it, BC. I don't know what that was about, but it was. All right. The other team we have to talk about, who's right behind us, is ScreenBeam.
I know.
ScreenBeam are a diamond partner.
They've come very heavy in the education segment in the past few years, and their booth was impressive, always packed, like plenty of people. And one key thing they had this year was gelato.
They did have the gelato, so you got a beer from us and gelato from them, and Rico next door with
coffee and espresso.
We had the trifecta.
It was perfect.
The trifecta.
Snacks and fun over here. Right?
Yeah. No. And here's the thing with ScreenBeam. It was funny because they were coming by while we were setting up, and and they're saying, "Hey, well, I want you to come and see what we're showing." And it's hard to come away from a booth and go see, especially if you're working it.
Yeah.
But we had our education people yesterday who were swinging by and going, "Did you see that? Did you see what they're doing?
They were
Did you see their measurement?" Going, "Wait, I need to go." And I walked around and I got gelato and got to see all the devices. It was amazing.
But could you get in? Because a couple times I swung by, the booth was too busy for me to really get in and dig into it.
They've got traffic.
Yeah, a lot of traffic.
They have traffic.
I was really happy for them this year.
And I really think that it was great for us to be next to them, because it kind of created that, I don't know, a synergy with and by the way, maybe next year we need to use ScreenBeam for our screens.
I think so.
Because we're a little janky laptopy HDMI.
I mean,
don't open the closet next to us.
No, this is a
don't
true
open the
Pro
closet
setup, because it's all MacGyvered all the pieces.
Oh yeah. Okay, we got to talk about Logitech.
Okay, Logitech
came in strong.
Always. I mean, they're they to me, they make some of the best ones out on the market when it comes to collaboration. And one of the things that I loved about us with Logitech this year is we're right across from the connected classroom.
That they powered the connected classroom.
Yes.
Powered by. Does it say powered? It does say
powered by Logitech.
It is the connected classroom, powered by Logitech. So anyway, they have the new. I wish I knew the name of the thing. The AI camera. It was amazing, and they have it right across from us. So, our location of having the connected classroom right here, but education comes through and they see us. Okay, here's the fun thing. More people came for us than the connected classroom. The connected classroom got business because of us. I said the quiet part out loud.
Oh no!
But it's what happens.
But it is. But you know what? But it made perfect sense for them to be right next to us. We live in the classroom, so we needed them.
But it made the perfect kind of like you go classroom, us, ScreenBeam, boom, 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 right?
It was great.
But like, so here's the thing: when the Logitech people came by, and they're donating one of the AI cameras for our happy hour raffle as well. What I saw, and again, so a little. Again, I know we're North Americans or whatever, and we're not always in this. So we don't always know the reps. They're new people, right? Like when we're in InfoComm, we know everybody, right? So when they come over here, I didn't even know the girl worked at Logitech. I mean, outside of it, yes, she had it in her shirt, but I didn't know for like 3 minutes because she just felt like she wanted to be part of our group.
Just come over.
I thought she was part of a education institution because she's like hanging out. She's like, oh no, I'm Logitech, and I'm just bringing you the raffle item. And I'm like, oh, she's like, this is fun. Again, fun. Right. So Logitech knocked it out, having their own booth, sponsoring a connected classroom, creating. Because here's the thing, everybody. There's a space for education. In fact, there's actually a whole hall for education right here. And it's catered to us and everyone that we are here to serve. And that was really the cool thing about it. And then we're the anchor of the whole thing with the connected classroom. So, so that's also, we have to give a shout out to ISE just for saying, those who listened back to my episode with Mike Blackman, he said something on that was, we go find the people who do the things. We put on trade shows. We don't know your market, and that's why ISE came to us and said, "Look, you've got to be here, 2 show floors, 2 booths, so that we can help you serve your people." Right, and that's why I think that's one of my things that I'm thankful for ISE because they recognize that. Yes, this is a business for them, right? They're in the trade show business. They want people here, but they to me. They said, you're important. I don't know what the right words of saying it. They don't want to tell us how to cater our experience. They want us.
There you go. There you go. They want us to develop our programs for our people.
Correct.
That's what we.
Yes, absolutely. Well, BC, I'm going to excuse you from the show, and I'm going to bring somebody else.
Always a pleasure. Who would you like to get? Who do I need to yell at?
I kind of want Ryan on. But you have heard us talk about how we have 2 booths because they bought the EdTech conference, right? Yeah. And so so a 2-part question. Impressions of EdTech Congress. Second, people when they walked by and said, "What's that?" Because we had up on the screen the other show in both locations, and since you were in both, what was that takeaway and what people kind of think about?
Yeah, so that's easy. Impression of EdTech is the people there are engaged. Those are not casual goers. Sometimes at a big trade show, people are wandering, they're looking around. Those people came to see everything that was available. It wasn't like, oh, that doesn't look like my thing. Everyone stopped to know who we are, what do you do, how does this happen? And I was really impressed. They came to do as much business as we came to do.
Yeah.
But it has that feel, and I don't know if anybody's already said it, of like EduCalls, right? Where you've got this blend of educational technology, AV creeping in a way, and pedagogy and these other things that really like the marriage of co-locating that with this show in the future. I love, and here's why I love it. It's because it bridges everything that I work on in one place. You know what I'm saying?
Like my job description is now in one show.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like, it's literally like the part of my job that's not AV and all that is committees and other things looking at our educational roadmap and those things we're doing and how are we teaching and what is our quality and all that, which is what they're talking about. And so that idea of this is a place where there's so many times where people think of AV as, well, that's an IT technology thing, and pedagogy, that's a learning thing, as if they're not completely, totally intertwined. So I just like the idea of bringing those 2 groups together because they'll learn from each other. And so many of our people sit at that intersection already. 100%. I think we're kind of well positioned to help bring those 2 groups together.
100%. I do want to go back and talk to, again, this is Best of ISE, and that was it. But it's not a show without our great partners, Biamp. You were here coming in strong. What were your impressions and kind of your best ofs with that?
Yeah, so there are a couple things on Biamp, because I got the privilege of kind of talking with almost like all of our partners. It's kind of ironic that now on the last day I'm sitting back in this chair talking to this microphone, because I've been doing it all week. But actually, ironically, like, it's my favorite thing to do. Because people ask, like, what have you seen at the show? And my answer is, I've seen the people who came to talk. Yeah. And that's actually my favorite part of it anyway. But we just finished going around doing some little snippets of video and some different booths that'll be coming out. Yeah. One of the things Biamp is doing that I like is if you know their ecosystem, right? They've had what they call it launch, but it's their version of, you put in our mics, you put in our speakers, they're all PoE, they're all one cable, and then you press this button and it auto-tunes your conference room, and you don't have to do it. Well, they're taking that to another level for bigger rooms, classrooms, but they'll auto-tune it for voice lift. So you declare, here's the front of my classroom, I want this voice lift for my instructor, and now it doesn't matter if your instructor puts a lav on or not. Yeah. Not only do they get picked up for the recording, they get voice amplified into the other areas, and it kind of tunes and happens automatic. So especially for, in-house integrators or people where we're doing this work on our own, that idea that, like, you can, their automatic way of doing it makes that part easy for us. And then people move the chairs around or the thing, you just go in and rerun it. Yep. It retunes the room, no feedback, no nothing, and every student can hear, whether they're willing to raise their hand and say, I can't hear or not, that they're getting that reinforcement. Yeah, 100%. I thought it was cool. Yeah. They call it presenter lift, which I laughed at every time because it just made me think of like an instructor standing in the front and then like a stage, an elevator lifts them up. I was like, oh, that's a presenter lift, like a scissor lift.
What's that, the Korean artist that, there's like a meme where he shoots up?
Yes, it's like Psy, yeah. At the thing where he's under, dude, that video, because he's crouching under the stage. The best part is the signal he gives when it's time. He's there and he goes, and then boom, they launch him. That's presenter lift. It's a good thing I didn't think of that during that interview, or I'd have laughed in the middle of it. But yeah, Biamp presenter lift was very cool.
Well, I'm going to say also, I have no idea why this company came to mind as soon as we said that, because I'm going to say the one company I was most impressed with and I learned the most about, Vizrt. Yeah. She was awesome sauce. Yes. If you haven't gone back and listened about that. Because, again, not people, and maybe here in Europe, but we're not as familiar with the company in North America, right? And you were kind of open with that too, and like, okay, tell us more, and they're like, wait, y'all used to be, so you kind of started India, like you're going like, that was like a low key flex.
Oh yeah. So that's a fun one. I forget that day you were at the other place. You had to listen to me interview people, so I should have been messing with you the whole time. But yeah, so here's the funny part is when we first started to meet them, we were calling them the Vizrt, and very quickly it was it's Vizrt, but it's Vizrt, and Vizrt or Vizrt comes from a large company that is a background in broadcasting. They purchased Newtek a little while ago, and so that's how they pulled an NDI, and everybody knows the TriCaster. That comes from them. Yeah. That's their background in that, but they've got a new partnership with Zoom, and Watch Hired AV.
It kind of teased that for Infocom.
Oh, so, dude, brother, listen. So if you're live, I love it. If you go right now and the HETMA Presents podcast feed, if you're not subscribe to it, go there now, because all of our interviews are already up on that feed. If you don't follow the Hired AV Media YouTube, go follow it now. All of our interviews are already up and live, and we're working on the articles where we're diving deeper. All of those will be posted before we leave the town. You know what I'm saying? But what you can find is they've got this partnership with Zoom, and what they're doing is bringing those tools for like video production, that is graphics and dynamic things, like making your video work look like broadcast to your laptop, to Zoom. to your Zoom meeting or your Zoom webinar or your classroom recording or anything like that. And what's coming is as an app in Zoom Marketplace.
Yeah.
So it's not, there's not a box, there's no install, there's no anything. So you can, that way of like, everyone's looking, like, you get pressure to do more with the same or do more with less money. And this is a way, I think, to take video work up another notch on your own laptop, if that makes sense. Other thing that I saw is they have this thing where, so people come in from different Zoom calls and they cut you out of that Zoom call and they take those people and then put them into another frame as if they're all sitting at like the same table. So you could have like us doing our sports commentary as if we're sitting at the same table, except we're not. As a Zoom add-on, not as a big production truck level thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really excited to watch. I'd never heard of them before, so that's why the interview went that way, is like, let me embody a person of our membership that hasn't heard of Vizrt and find out what they're all about.
And to go full circle, to talk about sportscasting,
yes,
we definitely
I dropped
go back to the 2 hour.
We do some live commentating of things happening on camera. Some of it's good. Some of the things that happened on camera were unfortunate. Some of it we might have to pixelate. One person's ear in particular.
Yeah. Speaking of which, you know who's making a huge showing here is Zoom.
Yeah.
Coming in big, and we're seeing it everywhere.
Yeah.
How they're having the booth. Now finally our bartenders paying attention.
Be nice to him.
Oh my gosh. Finally we're getting served the way we deserve to be served. I mean,
you know they're going to mess with your beer if you keep doing that, right?
Oh,
Putting a pepperoni in it, or
I know. How did I get jamon in my drink?
I tried to garnish it for you. And you did not.
No, it was cute. It was cute.
No, all right. So let me talk about Zoom. You be quiet for a second.
Yeah.
So first, Zoom is everywhere in the world. All right, we know. Zoom is probably represented in 100 or more booths here, right?
Yep.
Zoom is everywhere.
That's the point I want to get at.
They're everywhere. And like we just talked about this implementation they have with Vizrt, they've got those partnerships everywhere. They want to be like video transport, not just conferencing, not just the boring multi-box meeting you're in. The way they put it is like, they want
save in the house.
I know. They want to be a mainstay for professional audiovisual video transport, and they're moving that direction. Because you know what I'm saying, they want to embody.
Look at Tim wrote, "Joe, be quiet, never."
Exactly, Tim. Exactly. Can we mute? I'm the editor in chief. Can we mute Joe? Thank you so much. No, he's smarter than to do that. See, I was saying something smart. Oh, just
Zoom
they want to
everywhere.
be that Zoom. They want to be that higher
Zoom
level
wants to be
thing.
Zoom. That would be good for them to do that.
And yeah, but we're all used to a Zoom call where everybody's in their own square and it's 720 or maybe 580, and there's people that have like killer cameras, and you put it through Zoom and it looks like everybody else's webcam.
Yeah.
So they're really stepping that up. What they teased is that what they basically was at InfoComm we're going big.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about all they're willing to say. They said a few other things when we were off microphone. So I'll just
Under embargo. Welcome back to having a media company.
That's
when
what
you
I'm saying
know. So I'm going to ask you that. How does it feel when you get all this information and you can't say it and you really want to?
No. It's exciting. It's exciting because here, like, I'll give you an example. We were at a booth that I will leave it unnamed at this point, but we were going around doing the thing, and it's a booth that I had just done some install work with, right? And I had bought some things, and the guy told me, he's like, look, I need to show you something, but I think it's going to make you mad. I was like, oh, crap, what? And he goes back, and in their secret thing in the back, they had a new product that is an updated version of a thing that I have bought, right? And you're immediately, like, the thing is like, that, yes, that's better. That's what I needed. And they're worried I would be mad about that. I'm pumped about it. That means that thing is coming to everybody.
Yes.
It's coming to everybody. Of course, things are going to continue to move. When I would get mad.
But you know what that is? That's listening to the customer.
Well, and this particular one is famous for listening to the customer.
Yep.
Like, our feedback has gone into doing it. But what would make me mad is people showing the same thing today they were showing 4 years ago.
Yeah.
What makes me pumped is not only do we have new stuff today, 6 months from now in Las Vegas, 4 months from now, whatever, we've got more new stuff.
I can't wait to listen to you interviewing them and going, no, and I did talk to you at ISE.
So most of what they let fly was afterwards, not before. And
before I have you step out, I want you to talk about
dear
one
God,
more.
I can leave?
Yeah, but you have to talk because this is a best of.
Yeah.
And we can't talk about a best of without PlexusAV.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about a company. So here's the thing. We met them 2 years ago here, and they were the ones that walked up and go, who are you? What are you? And it was before we had the booth when we took over the Influencer Lounge.
Yeah.
And they're like, who's this ragtag group taking over the Influencer Lounge?
They're
And they're like, will you come by our booth?
Yeah.
And we're like, and we were talking about it, and now, you know, they're coming in like, hey, we want to sponsor it, we want this, but the product, you want to talk about how to do AV over IP, that's how you do it. So talk about your impressions there, because you got a great conversation with
I did. And again, I'll tease and say, go and listen to these people, because listening to them in their own words talk to our community is great. And when they get off the rails, I try and bring them back in. But here's the thing. If there's a lot of campuses that see the value of AV over IP, right? They want to do that. But for the most part, it's ecosystem based.
Yeah.
It's not sharing, it's inoperable. And we have that beginning of the rising standards of other things. So PlexusAV, same thing. They're a brand of a larger company that came from broadcast and other things, and they're moving in this way because they want to make Pro AV, AV over IP as ubiquity as standards like NDI are in broadcast. One, they play with a lot, but they're all in on IPMX and leading a consortium to certify devices to be fully IPMX translatable. So if you have a campus and you want to go the AV over IP route, but you don't want to be stuck to one company once you do so.
Did it stall on Plexus as soon as we said Plexus? Oh, Troy?
Oh, it did.
We're stalled.
No, but that was.
But we're talking about Plexus now.
So it worked.
That actually worked. That's fantastic. It's almost like we planned it.
And we could have said that if you didn't give it away by going, it stalled.
I mean, that's what
Work with me, brother. You got to just roll with it. You know what I'm saying?
But that's why I'm a rookie.
Yeah. No, here's a rookie. The thing to watch with them is there's a lot of tech managers, and I'm one of them, that like getting stuck with just one company, one manufacturer, and feeling like you're trapped in it is limiting, because then you go, I can't choose the right thing for this install. And they're a leader in that. So they're really taking that approach, right? They're here out there with their first encoder decoder. They have a whole roadmap for other hardware, but it's also their software to manage all of your multi-manufacturer AP, so you can get the both worlds, which is I have the interoperability of a standards-based thing, but also the dashboarding and management of an ecosystem. So they're one to watch and keep an eye on for sure.
Absolutely. All right. I do want to say one thing from my heart, and then I'll go back to making stupid jokes. And that is, when we come here, while yes, it's fun, we're going to Barcelona, you get to go out on the town, we're here as HETMA to work and serve, and you've done that better than anyone else. Sitting here, producing, getting content out, following up, texting, hey, what's this? What's the Twitter of this? And what's that? So I want to say from my heart, thank you. That is the heart of a volunteer that's giving everything. And I think you're doing it because it means something to you, not because I'm getting a free trip out to Barcelona. So I want to say that.
No, I think even if I was helping from the States, I would be doing what I could to assist. It's not about that. It's about the organization, what the organization means, what it continues to mean, and hopefully mean to more people throughout the world now. There's so many people that will never be able to get here. It's just not a reality for them, and don't even have a vision about the sheer scope and size of this place.
Yeah, so talk about it. So this is your first time here, your first ISE. Impressions?
It is enormous, and I could not make it through all of it. I've made it through a handful of halls, and I hear tell of halls 6, 7, and 8. They seem like a fairy tale to me. They might as well be. At least I got to see the drones
Troy is
when
now
they were.
bartender.
The drone show helped me see the drones that are supposedly in Hall 8.
That was a pretty cool drone show, though.
It was. We do have some footage of the drone show that we are going
From your
to be-
room? Is it from your room?
There is footage of the drone show from my room, and there is other footage as well. So
Gracias.
it's all part of our.
There's an article and footage already up at hiredav.com for the drone show.
Oh,
Go to
look at that.
hiredav.com
For
right
all
now.
that and a host of I don't know. I
and
don't
everything
know.
else.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to check it out, it was awesome. And not just drones, synchronized
Orchestra, with an orchestra.
and synchronized to a giant transparent LED covering the entire front of the building.
Yes.
This
But-
is the producer signing off.
If Atkins is around, we have to talk about his experience with that. It's hilarious. Anyway, so keep going. Sorry.
Yeah. So just trying to navigate and figure out the flow of things it's a lot to take in. You can look at a map, but none of it does it justice. It's overwhelming, and it's amazing things. I mean, you're going to see things here that you won't see anywhere else for a long time.
Yep. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Because so I lost my train of thought, which, you know, actually, as people listen to my show would know that I do that all the time. ISE is one of those shows, and I was just actually here over recording AV Week, and what was brought about that is the change in the industry. It used to be, and EFOT mentioned, how's it going? EFOT mentioned that it used to be that Infocom was where everyone released everything. Now it's ISE releases everything, which is great for higher ed. Love Infocom, all that, but look at the timing. This is where we get to go here. That's why, do you know, because you have listened to every Higher Ed AV episode, we used to do our best of ISE, and it was very little product talk because all the product talk was Infocom. Now here's the product talk, right?
Because now is a time where it can make a difference. In summer, yes, I may see amazing things that I'll try and remember the following, early spring when I'm going to buy it. Here, I can see it. I can get a PO. I can make it part of a design. It can become part of what I'm going to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So speaking of great products, Uniguest, we have digital signage. Did you get actually to the digital signage hall yet?
I did. I made it over to see Uniguest display there, and they have some great stuff going on. Particularly, they're trying to broaden things out into some of the emergency alerting and things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really neat to see some of what they're doing. And it's a lot more than just digital signage. They have a product that helps open up a lot of doors and expands beyond just a simple concept of signage.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And one thing I love about Uniguest, and then, kind of full disclosure, may or may not be a customer, is the fact that their software platform allows me, like what you were saying, with emergency notification, with digital signage, with everything. It works on whatever hardware I have, so I can serve an entire university, because we know how many different silos we have of, well, this group doesn't do this, do this. Well, guess what? I can give you a platform that can serve you in the way you need it. And that's what I love about it. And they're expanding that, right? And to see, one of the things when I was by their thing, how many partners they work with. And that's actually rare to see with digital signage, is how many partners. And that to me was kind of like the cool part of it.
Am I allowed to jump in from over here?
Yeah.
I'll give you my impression of Uniguest.
Okay.
And I'm pumped because they're one that we didn't do an interview here because they wanted to do it afterwards to make sure we were able to dive into details, right? And their booth was packed.
Uh-huh.
It was packed over there. You got this impression of Uniguest and what they do could make a giant campus kind of feel like a smaller community place where you know what's going on. All right, I can see.
Do you know that I kicked you off the show?
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of cool, Igloo.
I
Yeah.
You know, I've been seeing more and more of Igloo because of video meetings I'm on with Mr. Ryan Gray, and getting an idea of what he is working on down there. Seeing the implementation here, the room that they had set up over there at Igloo, they had it going through trees. They had it looking like a technology, almost like lines of electric going on, and you feel like you're in it.
Yeah.
It's very, it's powerful and almost scary at first because it makes you feel like you're somewhere else.
Yes. Yes. I almost thought Ryan Gray was going to come back on the mic, but
Oh, were you inviting me back on the show?
no. Oh boy. So everyone's familiar with Igloo in the sense that they do this, the immersive experience. But I'm going to go beyond it. The way they've developed their platform is it's not just looking at 3 different walls and the floor or seeing whatever of video. You feel like you're in the movie, the thing. Like, I don't know how they do that, but it's flipping awesome. And then what they got, oh, yeah.
The idea, like at a medical school or a place where you're working
Yes.
on in an ER, you can only get so far with a set of goggles.
Mm-hmm.
But when you can be in the room, having all the things, feeling like they're actually going on around you, that has the ability to change pedagogy for a number of disciplines.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. And what also, and by the way, I think this is also something important to tell people in our vertical, the way they've developed it, the cost to get into it. Because I know that one thing I've heard with, because everyone loves it. Who doesn't want it? But you sit there and go, oh, I hire it. I don't have the budget for that. No, they worked on it so well that you can do it, right? You can actually bring it in no matter what. Oh, Ryan Gray is going to unmute and talk about it. Go for it. Yes, you may.
If a community college in rural northern Arizona can do it, you can do it.
What college is that, Ryan Gray?
Yavapai College.
And who has a spouse who also is an alum of that?
That might be my Jesse Taylor +1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm remiss if I do not say that not only, like, look, if we can do it, anybody can do it. I'm serious about that. Talk to me about it. But our Igloo installation is the first full 6-sided walls, floor, ceiling in the United States. They've only done 2 before, and they're both in the Middle East.
We are going to talk about Netgear because I was over there. I was on the Netgear podcast, which, by the way, so I'm going to tell this to people, why they're the best of ISE to me. They have a brand new training program coming out, and they're with education. And guess what organization they want to help guide them in what we need? I thought you were done talking.
I'm guessing. You said to guess.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm going to be quiet.
You can guess.
No,
That's a
I'm
rhetorical statement.
Oh, Craig's here for you. Ryan.
Brother, what's up?
I'm just here for Ryan. Oh.
Netgear has an amazing education portfolio on their website already. To hear that they're adding more.
And they're going to add custom content just for our people so we can work with our IT groups.
They are already a go-to name in the industry to learn a lot of that stuff, and to get all that extra information out there, it's a gift.
I mean,
most places would make you pay for what they are just giving out. A lot can be learned from them, and they have it for all different levels of experience and knowledge. So I have a lot of respect for their education.
Yeah, and the thing is one of the things that I love about them is they come. I actually don't know this, but I'm going to say it because what my experience pre-configured for AV. Like, they understand what we're trying to do, what we need to do with our networks, where we need to send traffic. Because I remember taking, my Dante 3 class and going, oh, you got to do this and I got to do that on whatever switch. And they're like, no, just take it out of the box.
It just works.
And just take it out of the box and plug it in.
Yeah, to have someone that is in the network world and so firmly enmeshed into the AV world, so they speak both languages like most of your switch manufacturers just don't.
Yep, 100%. And the way they've given us just support of the higher ed vertical in the like recent months, and they're only like what they're three booths away
they
from
are
us.
another neighbor of ours. Yeah.
And the way they keep coming by and going, "What are you hearing? What are you hearing? What are you doing?" And like, wait, what do you mean? What am I hearing? Well, from your people, are they asking? So they're trying to get like voice of the customer at the show.
Yeah,
And it's
for
like-
them, it's their learning opportunity as well.
Yep.
Not just to teach other people here today.
100%, 100%. Chris, I want to say from my heart, thank you again for your service this week.
Thank you. I
I'm
love
gonna
being here.
All right, so 2 booths, rocking it, killing it. Give us your impression of ISE 2026.
Woo.
Hi, Aaron. Aaron. And again, everyone loves Aaron. Everyone loves the guests. They don't love me.
But no, it has been amazing. I mean, obviously we've got a lot that we've learned about having 2 separate ones. It's a lot of work.
Tim loves me.
Are you sure about that?
No. John and Mike are on now. All right. Welcome.
Nice. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, so keep on.
In
I
our
cut you off.
ridiculousness. No, but yeah. So there is a lot to do, and it was, you know, we were stretched a little thin on those couple of days, especially since I made the decision to not be at either booth for half of yesterday, but
because you were at AVIXA TV.
That
stage.
is exactly.
Talk
I was
about AVIXA's presence.
So I had the opportunity to be on the AVIXA Exchange Live stage, where they had lots of little 40-minute chats and panels about a variety of topics throughout the days. The one that I spoke at particularly was the accessibility in classrooms, which it was such a good conversation. It was Greg Carsons, who we all know and love,
right here. He
who was here
He was
just a
here.
few minutes ago. But who is now with AVIXA, but was one of our higher ed friends, and it was such a great conversation. But it really kind of showed that we could have made that like a 3-hour panel essentially, because we didn't get to so many of the there were so many questions. Sanjay planned a lot of questions out, and we didn't get to any of it. And in order to have time to open it up to the guests, to the audience, and the audience brought a couple of really great questions also. But yeah, it's such an amazing topic, and it probably will be something that comes up again at InfoComm.
That's right. They asked you to do it over. It's so good. They want to do it again.
It sounds like it.
I love it.
We'll see.
All right. Speaking of because your accessibility in the classrooms.
Yeah.
One of the bests of is definitely Epiphan and what they're bringing. Right. Ron, of course, Ron and Lex and all that are our peeps.
Yeah.
But what they're showing there and how they're moving and using the Nexus and the Pearls and all that, and saying, look, the move to, we want to give you management centrally from where you're at. How important is that for you at your campus? Because, it's not just the box. Yes, you're going to put a box in, but when you're bringing accessibility across an enterprise, that's what Epiphan's bringing. So talk about that.
Yeah, no, because you need to be able to manage all of it in a scalable way, as opposed to everything has its own little different ways to connect to it and stuff. You need to be able to centralize a lot of those things. But yeah, no, I'm super excited about all of what they're bringing right now.
And here's the thing with Epiphan. There's no other company, and I will tell you this right now, that says I need to connect with my people more than anything else, right? I need to be able to get in and sure, is it fun to do these these trips? Is it fun to do this? But they're the ones that design the product to say, what do you need? And we're going to continue to develop in that way.
Well, right. I mean, and that's why HETMA exists, essentially, because that is what, we want that whole help you, help us, help you, help us. Like, so, but they listen.
Yes. And they do more than listen. They listen and then
deliver.
redevelop the product after listening.
No, yeah, absolutely.
There was one other partner on that trip as well, and that is Diversified, an integrator, a global integrator who came in. Matt has been killing it and catering everything. What does it mean when you have a U.S. integrator and our reps, Matt, and coming out here and saying, I'm here for you this week and I'm here to serve your organization? How important is that for you when you're evaluating who to work with on your campuses?
Yeah, I mean, it points to the fact that, like, they are paying attention. They know, like, they're dialing it in. They're not going to be the kind of integrator that is like, this is what you need. And it was like, no, I don't. Like, don't tell me what I need. I will tell you.
Sounds like there might be a conversation on the next EdTech about that.
There absolutely might be, about a certain article that we've all had our feathers ruffled about. But no, I mean, yeah,
and Diversified is not that.
No, they
Complete
absolutely are not. They want to listen to what we're doing and work with us on a solution, as opposed to like, here it is. Here's the box. But and that is, I appreciate that. Absolutely.
Well, and one of the things too is the way that they have come by everything we're doing, whether, obviously the trip, then we've got Nexxt, then we've got the other conference, and then we're here and we have our happy hour, we have our education, everything we're doing. And they're like, what do I need to do to help you make this successful? Matt's like, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? It's like, you're doing too much already.
Yeah,
Like,
it's wonderful. It's great. Yeah. Or like, even like meeting up with us last night at another rate.
All right, before we leave though, before I have you leave and Troy comes in.
Yeah.
Because Troy's going to close it out.
Okay.
But
Awesome.
one more thing. Yeah. You were at the Nexxt conference.
I was. Yes.
So talk about that. That was the Sunday night, executive leadership. It was Sunday and Monday, but obviously we were doing booth build. We were there Sunday. Besides the great keynote I gave, because that's the given. We all know that. You don't have to talk about that. You can pat my back if you'd like to. But my fragile ego needs it. But besides my great keynote, what did you think about Nexxt and coming in and having a dedicated AI conference? How does that fit into higher ed? How does that fit into AV, et cetera?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it fits into into higher ed and AV perfectly. Like, that is the topic of the day. Like, you can't turn around without AI being like, hey-o. But it, especially like even at the EdTech Congress, like, I looked at a lot of the sessions and almost every single one was
somebody once told me
something about AI. So it was it shows you that it is there. The the education field is all about it and exploring all of the options when it comes to AI. So it was really interesting at the Nexxt conference to hear the different perspectives within the AV kind of realm, and especially the different. I did appreciate how Byron ran the day, and it was it seemed very,
it was on time,
a little familiar. Well, that too, but it a little familiar in that it was a keynote, pretty much essentially a panel, some roundtable discussions. Sounds familiar.
Like an education summit that HETMA puts on?
Yeah.
Like maybe it was a partnership for a reason and we helped coach them through that?
Absolutely.
Maybe that for that reason? Uh-huh.
Absolutely. But yeah, It was great. Like, there were some amazing conversations that were happening. I'm glad that the roundtables got recorded, because I'm very, very interested to hear potentially the other conversations that were happening that was out a different table than mine, because I know mine was great. So I'm like, I can only imagine what the other ones were like.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
Aaron, thank you for joining. Okay, Troy, just top line impression 2026 ISE HETMA show and our booth and all of that in our experience. Takeaways.
So tiring again, you know. I mean, we're all just, I think, ready for the day to end. You know, to pack up the booth and start planning for next year. But I think it's been great. You know, having the 2 spaces was a real big challenge. And really, we didn't get the second space until pretty late in the game. So, I mean, it was even more of a challenge. Bringing all these people out here, I mean, it's twice what we brought last year. And you know, there's a lot of people in this booth, you know, when everybody's in here. And it's been tricky to keep everything kind of together and organized. Hey, Tim.
HETMA is the place to be. Hi,
That's
Troy.
Right. That's right, Tim. It is the place to be. So yeah, just really excited. You know, I was over here at ISE the whole time. You know, I didn't. You know, I was running this booth, and you know, everybody else pretty much had a opportunity to get over to EdTech. So I didn't get to see it, but it sounds like a great show. Sounds a little bit more pedagogy focused. You know, sort of like EDUCAUSE, what EDUCAUSE has kind of become, and I think both EDUCAUSE and the EdTech Congress are kind of headed back towards that Pro AV realm with you know, kind of. You know, the conversations we've had with leadership. So I think that's really exciting to kind of be a part of this at the ground floor, and really help you know, get to shape what the new Hall Zero Education Center is going to look like in 2 years.
Yeah, and so since you've been here, because a couple of us had to leave for a couple days to run that one because they were, you know, they're not co-located. One of the things that I heard when people stopped by here, and actually I think we had a conversation just last night. The biggest change of us here is the way, well, I said it earlier 2 hours ago on this live broadcast, is we are no longer, anyone who speaks English is now HETMA. No. The way the globe has come together and said, I need you, I want you, who are you, how do I start a chapter? Oh, you just email us and we're going to give you all resources to do that. Like, so talk about that and the way the globe has felt like they've come to us.
Yeah, you know, I think there's been a dearth of organizations. A dearth? Yeah, that's a good word. You like that word? How about that?
You threw another word out earlier, too, that I was like, whatever. Anyway, go with it.
But, you know, I'm a columnist. I got to use big words, right?
There you go. You got your press pass.
So
just for the sandwiches downstairs.
That's and the sodas and pastries. Yeah, of course. And the bathroom. There's no line there.
That is the best bathroom.
It is. So international. I think you know, there hasn't been anybody here, you know, in Europe that wasn't an English-speaking organization that's been doing what we do.
Yep.
And now that's not the case anymore. And I think, you know, the people who aren't English-speaking as their primary language, we're really hungry for that.
Yes.
You can tell by the excitement that they have when they come up and kind of see what we're all about and realize what we, you know, potentially have to offer them.
Yes. And I think that's it. Our mission goes across languages, cultures, social norms, all of that. Our problem has been, how do we get that to people?
Yeah.
And now this is the year it finally turned.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard, right? We don't speak all these languages. We don't have people in our orgs who speak all these languages. So just coming over here and kind of taking that risk, I mean, it's a huge investment of time and money. So coming over and taking that risk was a big one, you know. And then I think that at the end of the day, I think we all, you know, in HETMA leadership and our wonderful members understand that what we offer is valuable. So it was worth that risk and worth that investment.
Absolutely. One of the things we're doing here on the Best of ISE is also talking about, we are at an AV trade show. We have to talk about product. Shure coming in big. Tell us your impressions of kind of what you saw from the Shure people and the booth and what they're doing here.
I mean, big things. Sure's always doing big things. You know, the
Well,
bars
Chicago company with you. There you go.
right down the street. You know, I love it. I love it. You know, they're a company that sends our U.S. reps out here. You know, it's all Aaron and a bunch of the other guys out here. Chris, yeah, sorry,
Chris.
Aaron is the better name.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have brothers in the same company, right? Great, yeah. Sure's doing great things. Really was excited to see them, you know, and what they're doing, and always love to support those local companies. You know, it's great to be able to just drive 5 minutes down the street to get all the support you need, right?
All right, but now when we go by the booth and you see how their product and their new bar and all that, right? I mean, what does that mean for higher ed to have something where you can do all of what we need in one device?
Less SKUs, less points of failure, less, you know, investment monetarily, and, you know, time wise, facilities, all that stuff. Just less and more, right? Yeah. So I think that's kind of where the industry is really headed. You know, with you know, devices doing more on their own. You know, and I think it's just going to get better with AI as we, you know, it improves.
100%. And well, and that's what we've seen, right? Is taking these technologies and pulling them together and making them one thing. Also, we're going to stay in Chicago and go to CDW.
Okay.
Because CDW came in huge.
They did. Yeah.
I mean, you want to talk about a company that had a presence without having a presence.
Absolutely.
So they're here. They're obviously one of our great new Diamond partners as well. But here's what happened. They came by our booth, and again, and I talked about this earlier. How do we help you? How do we serve you? But what did they say when they came by? We're here to learn, not to sell.
Absolutely.
Who says that?
CDW.
That was pretty awesome. So talk a little bit about when we're talking to the people, kind of what's the impression you got from them as they're coming by with us?
Well, I think, you know, they had the right attitude, you know, rather than coming out to try to, you know, sell and you know, put themselves in a position of, you know, to make those sales. They just came out and they listened to what we needed, what we wanted. You know, that's going to, in the long run, be far more valuable to them in terms of making sales in higher education than, you know, had they just come out here being, you know, pushy salesmen.
Yep, 100%. And here's the thing, too, is when we're buying through CDW, their distributor. It's not the product, but we need to trust who we're buying through, and then we're going to get that service. 100%. And the fact that they brought their contingent out to hang out here with us tells you everything you need to know about that company.
Absolutely.
So I love that. One other company, XTEN-AV. XTEN-AV with their new AI and the AI bot to create an entire thing on. I need a blah blah blah. What does that mean for you as someone who manages across the whole campus?
I mean, it's great. You know, and this is the kind of thing I think that AI is really going to change, right? These are obviously, it's something that takes a lot of you know, experience and knowledge to design classrooms. But it's easy enough to put that knowledge, kind of make that knowledge available to an AI. And a lot of the actual design work, you know, CAD drawings and stuff, it's very tedious. And there's not much else to say about it. It's very tedious. Yeah. But anything you can eliminate, I mean, it frees me up. It frees up my designers to do so many other things, you know. If I can put all of my basic, you know, simple classrooms, you know, and have AI design them, have AI program them, like, you know, maybe Chia's doing a little bit of, it just makes it so much easier for me to focus on those bigger projects, those harder, 100%. Those more that I can't let AI do because, you know, they kind of require that personal touch.
Yep, absolutely. Closing question then. Where do we go from here with 2027? What are you looking for us as HETMA?
I think, you know, keep on pushing into EMEA, keep on pushing into, you know, the rest of the world. I think, you know, ISE is a wonderful conference to do that, but there's also other ones, InfoComm Asia, InfoComm Latin America, HETMA. Like, there's a lot of great organizations out there and great conferences out there that we, you know, we should be a part of to continue to grow our.
Did you just tease what's about to happen?
I might have.
You just did. Did you just break, for those who've now been listening for 2 hours? Yes, we are at every AVIXA conference around the globe going forward and announcing. And if you all saw I think they put it out yesterday or something like that. T-Roy. Thank you very much for joining. And everybody, we are about to close off.
Well, as you know, Joe, SAVE has been the ISE official sustainability partner now since 2023, and our mission and initiatives have grown to become global. We now have 16 SAVE ambassadors in 14 countries and 5 continents, and so this year our focus is really on building our leadership and expanding the partnerships that we have, starting with HETMA, and really developing deep relationships with those who have been very supportive of our organization. So with that, we conducted a SAVE certification program, and 2 of our SAVE ambassadors were part of that. And we had individuals from, I want to say, 9 different countries. We had a gentleman from Kenya who has a sustainable AV company. We had the person in charge of AV for the University of Bordeaux in France.
I need an introduction.
Jean-Marc, and a gentleman who's with the French Embassy, who's in charge of the linguistics program. So it was quite a diverse group, very engaging workshop, and so we're absolutely thrilled.
I'm like, I remember, well, as people know, because they've heard many times, that, you know, very early we had this connection and I believed in it. And now see, both of our orgs are here and representing big. I think it shows how much our industry has needed this, right? And you have it from your heart. Every time I talk to you, obviously, I even have my students get SAVE certified. I have my campus get SAVE certified, both of them. We're hosting the annual conference at UCLA, now 2nd year in a row. Third year in a row.
Annual.
Oh my gosh, I actually didn't upset somebody for 3 years in a row. That's actually probably more of the record. But talk about really quickly, where does SAVE go from here? Because, you know, people first, they hear about it, then there's a conference. Now you're going big. Now you're doing certifications here. Now you've got a 3rd global conference. What do you anticipate looking 2027, 2028 for the organization and our industry?
Yeah, well, that's a loaded question. So as you know, and more people know, SAVE's mission is to bring stakeholders together to do our part in taking concerted action in achieving the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. We're in 2026.
We're getting close.
And unfortunately, we're not achieving at the rate that we need to be. And I'll give some statistics that some of you may be familiar with, but in our industry, we're really responsible for electronic waste. You know, we're in the show, more and more technology is coming out, and when that technology replaces the last generation, it becomes e-waste. Well, 62.5 million metric tons of e-waste was generated last year, and less than 18% of it was officially recycled. And that's goal number 12, responsible consumption and production. By 2030, at the rate we're going, is going to be 82 million metric tons. And and the industry is part of the problem. So one of our biggest focuses and initiatives is around how do we create a circular economy. So one of the initiatives that we are launching this year, and we have just formalized the council, is going to be the Sustainable Manufacture Council.
Love that.
Yes.
I love that.
And you know, it's and this council is going to be very focused on every aspect of what it will take to create a more sustainable manufacturing sector for our industry. And we have some really great people who are going to be part of the conference who have made material commitments to SAVE's mission around the Sustainable Development Goals. Wendy Feldstein and Mike Rogers from Crestron are co-chairing it. Eltharia Ricketts from Shure is part of it. Catherine Gaskell from Legrand, Joyce Kwan from Sony, And so it's going to start off. They're putting the plan together in the next month. Very excited about that. So that's one of the many things we're going to be doing.
I'm very excited about that. And I'm very excited to, again, host the conference in October.
October 13th and 14th.
That's right, at UCLA. So I'm excited about that. Thank you, Christina,
Thank
for joining.
you,
and
Joe.
I'll see you back in Los Angeles.
Yes.
Thank you. There's only one last Best of ISE shout out I want to give, and that's PSNI. And hopefully you heard Chris Miller's conversation. They're actually just right next. They're like 2 down from us. Great overseeing. They're basically the HETMA of the integrators. You know, if you're not familiar, obviously you don't work directly with PSNI, but like Diversified is a great member organization. CTI and AV Nation, Tim, welcome. Thank you for everything that you do. Are all the ones who help us be, successful. And so that is the last shout out. Oh, huzzah for the producer. Yes, let's do one last round of applause for Chris Kelly. But we're going to close it off. And just my closing thoughts as I kind of go here. Overall, an incredible success we had this year at ISE. I want to thank a huge thank you to ISE and AVIXA, because without them, this isn't possible. Without their support of our vertical, this isn't possible. And of course, all of our members. I think this is the turn that HETMA has needed to truly be that global thing. And so I have no words, and for me to have no words means a lot. I have to find the end button. I think it's over here. As always, none of the opinions expressed here are those of any of our respective organizations, institutions, sponsors, anyone who wants to sue us. That's it. That's how this works. And if you didn't like these opinions, there are maybe better ones next time. Thank you all.